And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to go. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Let's go, let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Cousins now. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Give me them cookies.
Intercepted. Picked off by Chris Conte. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense.
Good job, defense.
Is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's out. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Clay, the intended receiver.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to take another shot here. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Woo!
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's going to take it down to about the 35.
Golly, they drop them like flies.
And a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Third and short yardage. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. First down. Here's Cousins. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll bang that one through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Second down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. The holding penalty, that puts him in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Pretty move by Shady, and he'll find some space up to about the 25. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They go play action here on first down. Incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
No, check. Patriot!
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one on the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's got it up and through. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Trent Murphy in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Cousins now on 2nd down. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Big time hit.
Through the contact. Incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade.
Big time hit. Let's go. I knew he was going to him.
4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Yeah, I was carrying it whole like a loaf of bread.
And feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get it to Clay that time, and that'll bring up.
I know all he want to do is all-out blitz. He ain't got no other game plan strategy.
But as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
I thought I could be able to tiptoe. Thought I was going to be able to tiptoe and get around that corner, but then I saw he shed the block. I'm like, all right, let me go turn them Jets on. All right, he manned up.
30 years old this year. What do you
Who is he on? Right there.
I see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do count pitching for granted.
That's first. Give me my first.
Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo
Thank
goes
you.
to the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they won a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just
Give
how
him my
special
first.
he is. I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
Damn, I done ran out of time.
Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory.
I'll take it.
Inside the 40 to the 39. A nice
It was an outside zone, and he
it'll be second down.
playing on that D-line. You got to know your assignment.
There we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing now is Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Come on, let me pick up the ball.
So the defense,
Man, come on, Madden.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do.
Yeah, let me pick up the ball.
In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Black.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Looking deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Vikings. Kendall Wright, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. He's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. On first down, Allen. A quick throw, but incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now Allen. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot!
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On play action, Allen.
Of course they're not going to let me click on.
It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Never even saw him.
The intended receiver. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but Yeah, let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is caught at the 8. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got it first and goal at the 6. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And he's got his tight end, Clay. Touchdown, Buffalo. Charles Clay in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hauschka adds the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Damn.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give to McCoy. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Watch it now, Barney! Over!
On first down, this is Avid. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Bills on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Throwing is Allen on third. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Let's go, let's go.
They go with Murray again. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. Cousins on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A good pickup there at 22.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Trent Murphy able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trent Murphy. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started. 3rd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Third and long for Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Bills getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
On 2nd down, here's Allen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So that one will be accepted. boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my Beamer Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That was 2nd down for Murray. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in a running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Cousins now. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Back to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Benjamin with it over the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Left side here, caught by Clay. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Cousins. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here.